Good morning, Kevin here, and I'm heading up into Midhurst. Saturday morning, beautiful day, but it's a little bit nippy, a little bit of frost last night. The sheds and the garage roof was completely covered in frost, but it's going to be a nice day. There's not a cloud in the sky at the moment. Yesterday was a bit weird. Went out for a walk, it was sun shining when I set out, but got absolutely soaked. But I wanted an early morning start today. Got a lot to do. I want to get some plants into my garden at home, but I'm also thinking about going to the allotment, although I've got a lot of work to do, as I say, at home, housework, etc, etc, which I hate, but it has to be done. So I'm just now crossing West Street, going up into the old part of the town. Seems to be a lot of traffic about already, but here I go, up here. St Michael's over the road. Just past a little shop called Comestibles. It does coffee and lovely food in there. Passing a jeweller's on my left. Let's see how busy the town is when I get there. Just here is this lovely cottage with these lovely blossoms out. Beautiful. Trinity Cottage, that is. Let me just show you that blossom there. Look. Stunning, absolutely stunning. Well, I've just quickly stopped at the vaccination centre in Midhurst and talking to one of the regulars there, David, and there's 900 going through today, and there's a constant stream of people. As I stood there, there's two people on the front taking people's names and showing them where to go. So 900 just today alone. He was telling me that they've had people from Billingshurst, Brighton, Godalming, all coming down here. And what people are doing, he was saying, is they're taking the earliest possible appointment they can get. And it seems that it doesn't matter how far people travel to come down for a vaccination. But Midhurst seems to be the main hub at the moment for vaccinations, and people, as I say, are travelling in from miles around. But it's a mammoth task, but they're very quickly going through the age group of 50-year-olds, and very soon going to be dropping into the 40 age bracket. But anyway, enough of that. I'm just coming down to North Mill now, and as you've heard on other videos, North Mill is where the River Rother comes in, and the North Mill Bridge goes over the river. I've just gone past a group of volunteers. I couldn't quite get the name of the people, but it's Esborne and something. And they go around cleaning the footpaths and the streets, keeping them really nice and tidy for everybody. And they've got all their equipment just alongside me now, all the rakes and shovels and things like that. They've got a blower, leaf blower. But they do a fantastic job. They've been working their way down the 286 from Hazelmere to Midhurst. And just looking, they're called the Esborne and Midhurst Green Volunteers at Work. So it's fantastic what they're doing, it's brilliant. But going back to the idea of the street cleaners, people going around cleaning the streets, isn't that what we pay our council tax towards? Helping to keep the roads clear, the streets clear. Because what they're doing, not only are they doing the pavements as they go along, they're picking up stuff as well that's along the side of the road. That's not their job really, but you can't knock them, you know. As I say, doing a fantastic job. And just in front of me, there's two of them coming down the path. Morning. Oh, I've got to be careful, I'll get run over. Morning. You're doing a fantastic job. You've got to give praise where praise is due. Just look how neat and tidy this looks. They actually did most of this last week. So there's obviously stuff come down from the wind and that we've had recently. But the edges are cut neat, nice and neat along the edges of the ground, the soil to the footpath. And where there's any branches overhanging, one of the chaps I've just gone past has got a chainsaw and he's clipping the branches back. And as I say, they're all volunteers. Well, I've just stopped to get my coffee and sat down to have a drink and a hot cross bun. Hot cross bun will be my treat for the weekend. Won't have anything else because I'm not allowed to have anything else. If I have anything else, I'll just get a slap wrist by the diabetic nurse. Anyway, where I sat is an area set aside for all the people that go and buy a coffee or something to eat or just want to sit down really. And it's all to do with the Caldry Cafe, or mainly to do with that. But one of my biggest gripes about dog walkers, or some dog walkers, let me not tar everybody with the same brush, is people that go and sit down or walk through the area where families sit together and their children are running around and they let their dogs crap on the ground, to put it in a rather crude way, and they just leave it there. There was a lady and gentleman just walking up to another seating area, and this chap got his walking shoes completely smothered in dog's muck, and he had no means of trying to clean his shoes up apart from wiping them on the grass, which doesn't always help, especially if you've got treads on the bottoms of your boots or shoes. But there was just where I sat, within 6 feet of where I was sitting, there was another load. And this happens every time. Pick up your dog's crap into a bag that you can buy and put them in the designated bins. And there are designated bins around this area. If not, take it home. Don't do what some of you do, and that's pick it up, tie a knot in the top of the bag and drop the bag on the ground. I have seen that so many times around these polo fields where I'm walking now. It just really, really annoys me. Well, the wind has just gusted up quite strongly. I've had to do my coat up because it's really cold. I've got a little, underneath the jacket I've got a t-shirt and a walking top. Not a fleece top, but an ordinary walking top. But the wind was cutting right through that as well. Very, very cold. Caught me out a little bit. Yeah. But they're talking about the temperatures going up to about 24 or 25 down in the south of England next week. That'd be lovely. Well, I'm on the river polo grounds now. Just beginning to walk round. I'm about not quite a third of the way round, but we're almost coming to the end of the first part of coming out of lockdown, and the second part starts on the 29th, which is next Monday, 29th of March, which I'm looking forward to immensely. It means that you can then mix with 6 people, socially distancing of course, which is still very important. But as I mentioned earlier on, I've got some gardening to do when I get home. I want to finish planting up some pansies and violas into a border that I've got, and I then want to ask my daughter and son to come round, get half a dozen of us together, perhaps my nephew Brian if he's not working, and just sit in the garden and have a chat. I've not seen my son and daughter together for well over a year, which I find very sad as someone that's very much a family orientated person. That bond, that contact with my kids is very important, and I desperately want to get back to that again. We can sit in the garden. The forecast for the whole of next week, I think, is pretty good. The temperatures around Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the south of England is going to be somewhere around 24 or 25 degrees, I believe. I've not actually seen that myself, but if that is the case, then it'd be fantastic. And get some friends round into the garden. Not at the same time, of course, because you only have 6. But it just will mean that there'll be that little bit more contact with people on a more face-to-face basis, really, rather than looking at somebody through a computer screen or on your phone doing a video call. The actual having someone in front of you to talk to makes so much difference. Anyway, I'm just over halfway round this river ground now, and I can hear the birds singing away in the trees, which, as a lot of you that watch my videos regularly will know, that's something that I love to hear. The birds singing. We've got the water here that's running down past this tree that's fallen across the river. And we've got a wagtail that's just landed on a branch down there. Lovely, absolutely lovely. Here's a question. How many dog walkers does it take to block a road 20 feet wide? They've got 3 dogs. I'll answer the question for you. 2. And they were completely oblivious to the fact that I was walking behind them. And I must have walked behind them for, I don't know, 70, 80 yards. Didn't have a clue. And it wasn't until one lady that had 2 dogs, the dogs wanted to stop and have a pee, that they went, "Oh, hello." I went, "Good morning." I said, "Thank you for letting me pass." They said, "Oh, that's okay. Enjoy your walk." Oh, dear. Well, I'm just heading back home now. And on this bit of road here, we've got these lovely blossoms and daffodils all the way along here. And it's absolutely lovely to see. Nice bit of spring in the air. I've never really noticed how lovely it is when you get to these daffodils and that before. You know, I'm often zipping past in my car. I'm just heading up the last bit of my walk now before I get home. But just now, coming through Midhurst High Street for the first time in a year, I felt uncomfortable walking through my own town, and I actually put a mask on. There were so many people walking up and down the high street, I felt uncomfortable. There's cars parked everywhere. The traffic has been virtually constant while I've been walking along the road. You wouldn't think that there's a lockdown on, and this is just like a normal Saturday spring morning that we would have had before, well, 2019. So it's just ridiculous what's going on. Anyway, I'm half a mile from home, less than that, and this is Kevin saying bye bye, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
Hello, my name's Andrew Norris and I'm just lying in a meadow in Croatia. If, like me, you've just watched Kevin's latest video, do give him a thumbs up, and if you haven't, please consider subscribing. Click the bell notification and you'll be kept informed of any future videos that Kevin uploads. Thank you.